life in Japan sounds exciting, doesn't it? But here's something many people don't realize before they move. The type of visa you have actually decides what kind of apartment you can rent. This is one of the most important things to understand before you start looking for a place in Japan. So today, I'm going to clearly explain everything you need to know about finding an apartment in Japan based on your visa status. I'll talk about what kinds of visas let you rent, how to find apartments, and what to watch out for when signing a contract. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly which type of housing is available for you and how to find a home that truly fits your situation. Alright then, let's get started. Let's begin with the basic rules for foreigners who want to rent an apartment in Japan. When you sign a lease here, the most important thing is your residence status. In other words, your visa. Your visa is what proves your reason for staying in Japan and how long you're allowed to stay. For example, if you're already working in Japan, you'll need to submit a certificate of employment eligibility or an employment contract to your real estate agent. If you're still outside Japan and haven't entered yet, you'll use a document called a certificate of eligibility. It's a kind of pre-approval that shows you're planning to live in Japan long-term. Now, here's an important point. If you're staying in Japan on a short-term visa, like a tourist visa, you cannot rent a normal apartment. So, before you start searching for a place, you need to have a visa that allows you to stay in Japan for several months or more. In other words, proving your visa status is the first and most essential step to renting a home in Japan. That's your starting line. Next, let's organize the types of visas that allow you to rent an apartment in Japan. There are many resident statuses, but for rental purposes, there are 8 main types you should know. Let's go through them one by one. Number 1, the highly skilled professional visa. This visa is for people like researchers, engineers, or professionals with advanced skills. Number 2, the business manager visa. This is for those who run or manage a company in Japan. Number 3, the work visa. This is one of the most common types. It's for people who are employed in Japan. However, simple labor jobs, like working in convenience stores or factories, are not covered under this visa type. Number 4, the student visa. This is for people who attend language schools, junior colleges, or universities in Japan. Number 5, the trainee visa. This is for people who receive training through a company or local government program. Number 6, the dependent visa. This is for family members of people who already live in Japan, such as spouses or children. Number 7, the startup visa. This is given to foreigners who are preparing to start a business in Japan but don't yet meet all the requirements for the business manager visa. And number 8, the technical intern training visa. This visa is for people from developing countries who come to Japan to learn specific skills through hands-on work. Now, let's look at how to search for an apartment depending on your visa type. Let's start with the work visa. Most people with this visa live alone, so studio apartments or one-room units are the most common choice. As a general rule, your rent should be around 1/3 of your monthly income. So, if your monthly salary is 300,000 yen, look for a place with rent around 100,000 yen or less. If you increase the building's age in your search filter, the rent will often drop. So, try to balance your priorities, location, condition, and budget. Next, for people with a student visa or trainee visa, if you don't have a stable income, it can be difficult to rent through a regular real estate company. In that case, use a foreigner-friendly rental site. For example, mooovin offers listings in English and several other languages, making it easier to find a place. For trainees, since your stay is usually short-term, monthly apartments or serviced apartments are a good choice. They come furnished with basic appliances, so you can start living right away, even with just one suitcase. Finally, for people with a dependent visa or permanent resident visa, if you're living with your family, a 2DK or 3LDK apartment is a good size. In some cases, you may be eligible for public housing or rent support programs, such as public housing for middle-income families. Check with your local city office to see if you qualify. It can make a big difference in your monthly rent. Next, let's go over how to find apartments that accept foreign tenants. There are 4 important points you should remember to avoid trouble. First, when choosing a real estate agency, pick one that clearly says foreigner friendly. These agencies are familiar with the process and can communicate in English. Second, prepare your documents in advance. When you apply for an apartment, the real estate agent will ask for several items like your residence card, passport, and certificate of employment or student ID. Having these ready can make the process much faster and leave a good impression. Third, be careful about the contract period. For example, if your visa is valid for 6 months, but you sign a 2-year lease, you may have to pay a penalty fee if you leave early. Make sure to check the short-term cancellation section in the contract before you sign anything. For those with the technical intern training visa, most companies prepare housing for their workers, but if you want to find your own apartment, talk to your company first to avoid any problems. And fourth, make a good impression. When you go for a room viewing, wear clean clothes and greet people politely. In Japan, the landlord's impression can actually affect whether you get approved or not. So, how was that? When looking for an apartment in Japan, understanding the conditions that match your visa is extremely important. So, don't rush. Take the time to confirm your visa, understand what it allows you to do, and start your search from there. Using foreigner-friendly rental websites can also make things much easier. Find a home that fits your visa, your lifestyle, and your future plans. That's the key to starting your new life in Japan with confidence. On Moovin, you can search for apartments in Japan from anywhere in the world. We offer support in Japanese, English, Chinese, and Vietnamese. So be sure to check out our official website from the link in the description. If you thought this video was helpful or interesting, please subscribe and hit the like button. Well then, see you in the next video. I'm cheering with all my heart for your happy life in Japan. Bye bye.